After retirement, of course, Freddie Flintoff swapped the crease for the camera and became a TV favourite.
But following a near-fatal car crash that changed his life forever, Freddie stepped away from the spotlight and found himself drawn back to the game that made him.
Now, in his brand new autobiography, which is coming out today, Coming Home, Freddie is opening up like never before. Delighted that he joined us now. Morning, Fred.
Morning.
Morning.
Great to have you here this morning. So many extraordinary memories and moments in this book. I wonder what it felt like to write it, Freddie, to go back over all those times in your life, the goods, the bads, and the rest.
Yeah, it was interesting to do. I don't tend to look back too much. And then when you do a book like that, obviously the cricket career is one thing, and then all the other stuff that's in there. And in some ways it feels like a completely different life. You know, in some ways I can't really relate to that person dressed in white going on cricket fields and sticking his arms out and shouting and screaming. Very different these days.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you're now doing the Field of Dreams too.
Yeah.
Which must be amazing to be back there and helping other kids out.
Yeah, it was interesting, actually, because it was an idea I had years ago. And initially it was about, I thought, where I grew up in Preston, nobody played cricket, really, on the estates. Trying to find a cricketer on the estates who maybe turned professional. But then when we started, realised, actually, it's bigger than this. You know, it's about giving kids a chance to play sport, give them a chance to try and get back into education, to school, and give them a chance. And during that, I had its frustrations, but the kids were incredible. You know, we took them to India and I lived with them for 2 weeks with all these teenage lads. I didn't realise how much it helped me, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I love being around them, and you just get swept up in this wave of optimism with them and fun. And then now what I'm doing from a coaching point of view with our England Lions, I think I learned more of a coaching style I wanted to do through these boys.
Kids.
Yeah, you realise, actually, you can't coach anyone unless you know them.
It's been an amazing opportunity for you. It's fascinating to watch how you've adapted around those boys and the girls in the most recent series and how they've grown to love cricket and understand that. But, of course, that first series is when you was in the middle of that filming that first series that you had, the accident. It's been a really tough period of your life, Freddie, for you and the family. How are you dealing with it?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I might have to put a soft voice on.
Do you think I did? Well, no, but understand. Well, look, having watched the documentary and having read the book, and I know the book isn't all about that, there is a basis of what you've been through that accident and what you had to face, the reality of that. That is something that you're going to deal with, I assume, for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's one of them things that can alter everything in a split second. And after that, I found it hard. You know, I didn't leave the house for 8 months apart from medical appointments and various things. And coming back out again was quite difficult. But I did it around cricket, which was really nice. You know, it took a strain on the family, obviously. They were always there and helping and supporting us. But, you know, the book's called Coming Home. So I suppose it got me back into cricket. And being back in that world is the one which I felt most comfortable. And I suppose it started with my mate Rob Key, who's my boss as well. You know, he got me back involved. And the Preston lads in India. You know, I went to India with these lads and they helped me out so much. So it's been an adjustment. You know, I still do the odd TV job. I've just filmed a series of Bullseye.
Yes.
Didn't you score as well? Didn't you score a Bullseye?
Yeah, I did all right.
You did really well.
It's bizarre, that, because all I ever wanted to do growing up was play cricket. I never thought, like, in the 80s, watching Jim Bowen on a Sunday night, I never thought I want to be him.
And look at you now.
I know, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, it's a bit of a blend of stuff now. Cricket's my main focus. But the odd TV job to pay me bills. No, I'm happy.
Give away a speedboat to someone who lives in the Midlands.
Exactly,
Something like that.
All the stuff that they want.
Yeah.
Some of the prizes on that board are shocking. You know, you want like a nest of tables or a carriage clock, just what you need.
That's exactly what you want.
It, though. It's got to be like old school.
My boys went to school with Jim Bowen's grandsons.
Really?
So there's some heritage of Bullseye in our family. We absolutely love it, and it's thrilled that you're bringing it back. I think that there's sort of, I think one of the things with the cricket and your experience of the cricket, that going back, any cricket fan, and I've had you read the story to me, Fred. I've listened to the audio.
Oh, you put yourself through that?
I put myself through that.
My voice on the audiobook. I apologise.
He needed something to fall asleep.
Hours and hours of your Preston twang droning on. No, but it was brilliant. And what's lovely is hearing you tell the stories of... And there is anybody that has loved sport or loved those cricketing moments, you talking about some of the battles you've had, some of the innings that you've had, some of the matches you had, the good and the bad ones. It's really exciting hearing you talk about that, because I've watched it from behind the screens or behind the boundary, but to hear it from the crease is something that's really tangible.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a cricket book. more than anything. You know, I wanted to talk about cricket because it's been a game which has been so good to me over the years. You know, from growing up on the verge of the estates in Preston to playing for England and everything in between. And, you know, I think talking about the early days as a kid were my favourite.
Yeah, it's cute.
Because you play the game for all the reasons, for love, and you've got no fear, you just want to get out there. And I think...
Look at you there, for heaven's sake.
I know, I could do a bit of sun there, hadn't I? But these are the best days when you were young.
Yeah.
And I suppose from a coaching point of view, I want the lads to remember that. You know, I look back on them days with the most fondness. But it's not a crash book, because I did a documentary and it got a bit crash heavy, to be honest. But I want it to be about cricket.
But you keep saying that, but the crash is sort of a fundamental part of what you have been through. It's now shaping who you are, shaping what you're doing. There's a moment you talk about in the book that actually it was your cricket experience that you feel really saved you in the crash, because you'd learnt to react with 0.4 seconds as the ball's coming towards you, and that was something you faced while you were upside down and being dragged along the tarmac.
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, when you bat against bowlers who bowl 90-mile-an-hour plus, like you say, you get 0.4 of a second. And in that time, you've got to pick where the ball's going, where it's bouncing, if it's swinging, where you're going to hit it, how you're going to hit it, where the fielders are. And I think in that instance of the crash, as the car went over, I had a similar amount of time. I decided that I was going to get my left arm out and then just look at the floor, close my eyes and brace.
And the reason you went left arm is because...
I'm right-handed.
And you thought...
Well, they tell you if you can lose your arms. So I didn't want to lose my right arm, so I just gripped the steering wheel and then stuck my left one out. But, yeah, so I think from that point of view it helped. But then also cricket afterwards has played a big part in, you know, probably recovery or getting back into the world.
Yeah.
Did you, because the TV career has been such a success, and we've loved watching you go on all these crazy adventures that you've done, was there a sense that at some point you were going to end up back at cricket?
I don't know. I always had like an itch to scratch.
Yeah.
I always thought about it, but then I think, you know, I retired at 31, and, you know, the perception of me probably wasn't one that would coach, and I probably at that time I didn't want to. And it's probably like poacher turned gamekeeper in some ways. You know what I mean? I got back into it a bit later on. And with the TV, I've always been, like, reluctantly doing TV.
You say
like,
that,
no, I promise you.
Hold on a minute. You say that, but you've always got a job. You're always off at... So what about that
I don't know why.
you turned up to in LA?
Yeah.
What about that one?
No, I've been fortunate, you know. I've done a lot of ideas that have been mine. So whether it's been the documentary on depression, which I did, we went to LA and ended up in Steven Spielberg's cinema room with David Beckham.
Because there are
but
some
not
weird...
documentary, just an evening.
There's, like, weird things that happen to you and you get a phone call and then all of a sudden you turn around and you blink your eyes and who was there? It was Beckham.
Yeah, Victoria. And, yeah, it was nice.
In Spielberg's house, then?
Yeah, it was nice. But, you know, TV for me, you know, I don't know how I get asked back. You know, seriously, I'm fluffing the autocue every 2 minutes on balls. I'm not like Ben, who's just smooth.
You also cheat. Yeah. You also cheat.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
That's what you do.
That's what came out. So Fred took part, if you haven't read the book, you will, I'm Celebrity in Australia, and you managed to circumnavigate the rules there, Fred.
He's a scoundrel.
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you, that jungle, I know I probably shouldn't say this, it was the easiest month of my life. You know what I mean?
TV rats.
Well, they are. I slept for 12 hours a night. Caught up on my sleep. I was outside all day. I lost
all the teeth out of the alligators.
Oh, I lost 10 kilograms. It was like a health farm. And then I found out where the medical hut was, which had fresh water and fruit.
So naughty.
So I used to take the window out 3 times a day and climb in and... Yeah,
You've got to check with your mates that no one's doing that in our version.
You can take the lad out of the councillor though.
Yeah.
But
the English one looks harder.
The English one does look harder.
It does, I wouldn't like it.
And now your kids are cricketers as well. You're teaching, you're coaching. How are you as a dad on the touchline? Are you or around the boundary? Are you nervous, Dad, watching them?
Yeah, I do. I get more nervous watching my boys than I ever did playing. You know, the 2 of them are playing professionally, one at Kent, one at Lancashire. Youngest is only 5.5, he's just starting. And then our daughter, she's at university, but watching them's horrible. I've just got to sit on my own. You know, I don't want to speak to anyone.
Quiet?
Yeah, I just sit there and take it in and just go through all the emotions I suppose my parents did when I was playing.
And is there a post-mortem afterwards, or if they ask your opinion, what do you reckon, Dad? And you say, well, you should have smashed him, or you should...
Oh, they never asked me. No, they have done as they've got older. I remember when they were young, you know, they go to cricket and they'd angle the coaches every word.
Yeah.
And I say something, nothing. He was like, I'm going to have to tell you about me a bit here. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't work.
You need to know. Well, get them to read the book or listen to it, Fred, because it is riveting. And I really enjoyed it.
Story.
Thank you for coming to see us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Great to see you. Come and see us again soon.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.